Welcome everybody to today's presentation regarding the integration certification options with the SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. My name is Christoph Klaus and I'm with the SAP Integration and Certification Center. This is the department at SAP that is mainly responsible for the certification of third-party integration. Now let's have a look on the agenda of today's session. First of all, we will start with a very brief overview of SAP HANA and the possibility to certify applications that integrate directly with SAP HANA. After that, we will have, again, a very brief overview on the SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA and the certification options there. And then we would dive a bit deeper into the details about the integration certification options for Suite on HANA. And last but not least, we will see what is special and what must be taken into account if you have ABAP add-ons that should be deployed and operate in a Suite on HANA system. So let's now jump right into the first topic. SAP HANA, as most of you might already know, is SAP's new in-memory database, providing the following core capabilities. We now have not only row store tables, but also column store tables. There's an SQL interface for accessing data in column and row store. We have in-memory compression for less main memory access and multi-core parallelization using multiple cores and threads. These are the core capabilities, and surrounding, we have several additional capabilities like data modeling with the HANA Studio, that is a development environment around HANA. We have predictive analysis, SQL scripting, for example, text retrieval, and explorations, and so on. With all that, the key characteristics of SAP HANA can be summarized again into the calculation and planning engine, the row and the column storage of tables, and the columnar dictionary compression. And all that together leads to a significant performance improvement and less main memory access. And also you as ISVs can benefit from them and can directly build applications around SAP HANA. You could, for example, develop lightweight apps directly inside HANA using the built-in scripting language, and by doing that, making full use of all the HANA capabilities. Or you could develop applications on top of HANA, that means outside SAP HANA, and integrate with HANA using JDBC or SQL programming. Applications built with both models can be certified through the new SAP HANA Apps certification scenario. We have, throughout the presentation, working links here with which you can jump to more information, and afterwards you could receive this presentation and then also use the links to get further detail. Now let's go one step further into the SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. What is that? The Business Suite powered by SAP HANA, with that new product, SAP is combining our well-known applications together with the next generation of our platform for driving business now in real time. This new and unique approach allows our customers to always work on a single source of data for real-time planning, execution, reporting, and analysis on very large volumes of data. And as part of a first wave of innovation, SAP has optimized 24 business failure scenarios and more than 400 reports with SAP HANA. So with this new platform, this provides now the basis to dramatically increase the performance of the well-known SAP applications and to continue to innovate without disruption. We are now delivering real-time failure to businesses we have faster business processes for the data-driven enterprise, allowing to collect, consolidate, and consume real-time data faster. We have simpler business interactions for the people-driven enterprise, providing the people with actionable insights to decide and act in a simpler way. And we also have smarter business innovations for the innovation-driven enterprise, allowing to rethink business processes and invent new business models smarter. Yeah, Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. What does that mean in more detail? With the suite on HANA, as of today, we have 3 SAP applications running on SAP HANA. This is SAP NetWeaver Business Warehouse, SAP CRM, and so to say, our flagship SAP ERP. Further applications such as the industry solutions, process integration, the complete Java stack, and so on will be added in phases soon. This powered by SAP HANA, what does that imply? And it's very important to know that in this case, SAP HANA is not just another database. For performance reasons, coding that builds the SAP applications were optimized, were rewritten, and were shifted to run directly inside HANA and to have to leverage all the possible performance benefits. Because of that, parts of the ABAP code, and with that also parts of the HANA-enabled SAP applications will behave differently compared to the applications running not on HANA. And as a consequence, certifications for SAP applications are not automatically valid for the applications running on SAP HANA. So the most important question for you, what does that mean? Is it mandatory to recertify? And to answer this, we have divided all the HANA-enabled integration scenarios into 2 categories. Category 1 contains all the scenarios where a recertification is advised. If the interface remained technically and functionally unchanged from the transfer from not HANA to Suite on HANA, then a recertification would be optional but recommended. It would be recommended to prove that the solution is tested with the Suite on HANA and that it's clear that it could really leverage all the performance capabilities of SAP HANA. The second category contains all the integration scenarios where a recertification is required. If the interface is SAP release specific, or if the partner solution is certified explicitly for a given SAP release, like for example ABAP add-ons, or if the interface had been optimized and enhanced with HANA specific features, then a recertification would be required. The complete list of all HANA-enabled integration scenarios, together with a categorization, is published on our page in SCN. I could quickly click on that link. And this is the page, and after some introduction, you would see a list of all the HANA-enabled integration scenarios for certification, together with that categorization, where you can check and browse through it. Benefits of certification: you would get a searchable listing in the Partner Information Center, where customers can search for solutions that are explicitly certified for HANA or certified for SAP applications on HANA. You would get a new certification logo, and also the certificate mentions that your solution is certified for HANA. Let's now come to the next chapter regarding details of integration certification on applications powered by HANA. First of all, very important, let's come to the certification requirements. Some integration scenarios were created specifically for SAP HANA. They were not available before, and they are not available without SAP HANA as underlying platform. Very clearly, for these scenarios, we have special test catalogs, special testing environments, and special documentation. For all other SAP HANA-enabled integration scenarios, more or less nothing has changed from the interface perspective. That means the existing standard certification test catalog applies without changes. We have no additional functional requirements, and also the integration certification test drive on HANA is exactly the same as not on HANA. The only difference is that we will perform the certification test drive with a suite on HANA system where all the HANA optimizations are switched on. As a consequence, usually it's not necessary to change the coding of the connected system. Remote system access to Suite on HANA is available. We have an ERP powered by SAP HANA system available containing sample data. Other SAP applications on HANA might follow later, and it's a shared system. That means several users, several companies share the system access. And because of that, this system is not applicable for ABAP development, ABAP deployment, or testing. We have a special fee for this ERP on HANA system. It's only 2,000 euro for the initial 12 months and 3,000 euro afterwards. And there is also a special benefit available for vendors signing in for an on HANA integration certification. We have a 1 week free access for these vendors on which they can prepare and pass the certification test. For further details, please visit our Remote Access and Connectivity Service web page. What is the certification fee of a Suite on HANA certification? Generally, for all integration certification scenarios, the standard certification fee applies. However, up to 70% discount is possible for an on HANA certification if you sign into the certification until August 31 this year. What does that mean in detail? If you have currently a valid certification, then you could go for this same certification on HANA, and you would get 50% discount on the certification fee. So for example, if you have currently a valid HRPDC certification, and you would now sign into HRPDC on HANA certification, then you would get this additional certification for only 7,500 euro if you sign the contract until end of August. If you plan to go for a new certification, then you could even get 70% for the on HANA certification if you sign both the certification contracts. That means the one for HANA and the one for SAP application without HANA. So the same example here, your solution is currently not certified for HRPDC. So the fee for HRPDC certification is 15,000 euro. If you now also apply for HRPDC on HANA and would sign both contracts until the August 31, then you would get the additional on HANA certification for only 4,500 euro. With that, I would go on to the last part about what is special and what must be taken into account if I'm having an ABAP add-on running on SAP applications, and I would like to deploy that into a Suite on HANA system. As we have learned before, there are changes in the ABAP environment, in the standard ABAP coding of the SAP applications. So definitely, because of these optimizations, you must check and test your add-on explicitly before deploying it to a customer system or to a productive system. This is an overview slide mentioning the necessary changes that you have to check. For example, pool and cluster tables are now automatically converted to transparent tables. That means data is no longer returned automatically in order like it was before. If you need sorted data here, then you have to add an explicit order by statement to your select command. There is an SAP note available with further details. The second point that has been changed, you should no longer rely on implicit default sorting that is returned by the database. That might have changed with SAP HANA, and that means such code is no longer robust and shall be fixed. So whenever you need sorted data, you have to add now an order by statement. There is a new OpenSQL compiler active with NetWeaver 7.4 SP2. This new compiler identifies syntactically wrong coding, which was ignored before. That means customers upgrading to NetWeaver 7.4 SP2 might now get build errors or runtime errors that were not happening before. So you should also check this issue, and there is also a note available with further details. And last but not least, by default, all existing tables are automatically created now in the column store mode during the deployment of an add-on. This is the recommended way and usually has a much better performance. However, there are some very rare exceptions where a row store table would behave better, and you should also check this. And you could use the transaction SE13 to check the store type and also to change the store type. We have now 3 more slides with some more details about that. I would now not read through them, but you would get all this presentation and would then have time to check them. And also this SAP note provides further details. The last point is an optional step that you could do, but definitely this is very much recommended. And this is optimize your code. With SAP HANA, SQL statements can be processed extremely fast. That means the bottleneck is no longer the database to collect the data, but the transfer of the results from the database layer to the application layer takes the longest time. And therefore, a new programming paradigm should be applied here. Move calculations from the application layer to the database layer wherever possible. That means don't get all the data from the database to the application and then start the calculation there and throw most of the data away, but already do the calculation on the database layer to collect only the needed data and to transfer only the really needed data or aggregated data from the database to the application. There are some performance rules that apply. You should avoid select single on SAP HANA, since that is quite slow. You should avoid nested selects or selects in loops. And you should reduce the amount of data that is transferred between database and application. So avoid a select star and just pick the fields that are needed and make the where clause as specific as possible. There is a training class available, HA400, that provides further information and gives lots of details about how to leverage the power of SAP HANA and how to improve the performance for your ABAP add-ons. If you have checked all these points, then we could come to the add-on deployment certification on Suite of HANA. What are the certification requirements? And as before, also here, the existing standard certification test catalog also applies here without changes. There are no additional functional requirements, and the integration certification test drive on HANA is also exactly the same as the one not on HANA. The only difference here, the deployment test and the functional certification test drive must also be done with a Suite on HANA test system where all HANA optimizations are switched on. Regarding test system access, very soon we will have an internal ERP on HANA test system to check the correct deployment of third-party add-ons. This system will be ready within the next few days. However, vendors still need their own ERP on HANA system to test their add-on, to apply perhaps necessary changes, and also to run the functional certification test together with ICC, because often special customizing or special data is needed. We are currently working on a possibility to also provide remote access to other vendors so that they can check the feasibility of the add-on for Suite on HANA, if it could perhaps run at good performance without any change. And then we could also do the certification on this Suite on HANA system. We are still exploring the possibilities here, but sure, we will inform you as soon as we know more details here also regarding the timeline. Also here we have a kind of special offer for the ABAP add-on certification. As all of you know, as part of your ABAP service package, you get one free certification service included every year. And with our special offer, you could do an additional Suite on HANA deployment certification for free this year if you sign that contract until August 31, 2013, this year. Further information can be found in the web regarding SAP HANA, regarding the SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. There are several hosting possibilities available, the SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud or HANA One on the Amazon Web Services. And also the link is added here to our ICC page, the list of all HANA-enabled integration scenarios. And with that, I think we could close the session. Thanks again for your attention, and see you soon for certification in the area of SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. Thanks and goodbye.